Hello and welcome everyone. So today we have this live video for doubt clarification. I hope there would be many doubts that you were asking. Yes, Vikash Agarwal. Yes, hello everyone. Write your doubts over here so that I can clarify them as soon as you come over here. See, while you are writing your doubts, I will keep telling you some important questions that can come. See, those who are from class 10, for them I believe Act 3 Scene 2 is very important. Act 4 Scene 1 is very important, but before moving to Act 4, because there is still some time that we do Act 4, Act 3 Scene 2 is very important. So as you know, it is there were many who were asking me that from Act 3 what are the things which are important. So Scene 2 is very important. Why? You see, you yourself can understand even before I say anything. It is important because Bassanio, who is a very important character, he is going to choose the casket over here. So of course that is important. Then there are a lot of allusions, then this and that, this story and that story, which is important. For example, how can you divide Act 3 Scene 2? See, first you see Act 3 Scene 2, initially you have these three questions where number one, why Bassanio does not choose the gold casket. Hello, Avni Verma, hello. So, first one is why didn't he choose the gold casket? Who is referred to as a prodigal? Prodigal is a person, Astha Singh, prodigal is a person who is a spendthrift. Okay, here Bassanio is a spendthrift. Okay, in terms of, see, this depends on, the question depends on the extract, from which extract it is asked. In certain places you will see Shylock is also calling Antonio a prodigal, because always he used to spend money like anything. Whoever needed money, he used to give them money like that. Okay, and did not even charge any interest. So it depends on the extract. Read the extract. If you understand, see, both Bassanio in certain places and Antonio in certain places is called a prodigal. Okay, so Antonio is a prodigal in that extract where Shylock is calling him a prodigal because he gives money to everybody, okay, without charging any interest. But Bassanio is also a prodigal according to Act 1. If you are from class 9, you must have seen that. Okay, because see, Bassanio spends a lot of money. Because he spends a lot of money, he has to borrow money from Antonio. So prodigal is Bassanio also. Alright. Now what I was saying, Act 3 Scene 2, you see over here, initially this golden casket. Nowadays, because after COVID, what has happened is, as I see some question papers from Bangalore, from Hyderabad and different other states, I found that the pattern of question is somewhat difficult. The answer is very simple, same as before, but the question is, formed in a different manner. For example, see, I can directly ask you that why did Bassanio not choose the gold casket? Then you simply could have said that he was not a fool to choose by the outward appearance. Okay, he would not choose because he would not just see the outside and decide whether it is right or wrong, because he knows that sometimes even the wisest are fooled by the external beauty. Okay, but the inside of it is very false. Okay, is not the right that is shown on the outside. This is the simple answer, but the question can be framed in a different manner. For example, I found it in one of the question papers. Identify the theme of appearance versus reality. Appearance versus reality. See, question is like this, but answer is same, right? Answer is going to be same as why he didn't choose the gold casket. Why? Because outward appearance is the appearance, that we should not be fooled by the outward appearance. And reality is what? Reality is this, that one should follow, try to understand the deeper meaning or what lies within, and not be fooled by the external beard or external mustache that the person has, like Mars or like Hercules. Okay, ultimately he is a coward. Okay, this part is important. Next, if you can be asked that why he didn't choose the silver casket. Very simple, I guess you all can answer it. Silver casket is important because why he didn't choose the silver casket, this is important. You have to write that he didn't choose it because silver was a metal which was used to make the coins. So something which is used to make coins, over which people will fight against one another. So that is something that we should not opt for, because love, he has come here for love. How can he choose something over which people will fight? So that is disqualified. Now why he chose the lead casket? This is something different. Here you have to say that although lead casket looked very pale and dull from the outside, whatever it was showing on the outside was true. There was no falsity in it. So love should be very true, right? Truthful. The lovers should be truthful to one another. So the lead casket has nothing to hide. It was showing the true self of it. So he thought that he should choose the lead casket because it seemed to be truthful, unlike the golden casket. Okay, these three are important. Next, music plays a very important role. Now, doubts, I don't see any doubts. Okay, I see many in the comment box. You can write it here so that I can clarify. There was some problem with my laptop, so I could not record any video for you. So I thought I would come live and clarify the doubts. So those who have doubts, please continue writing over here so that I can clarify them here. Okay, so keep writing till that time I give you the important questions. Music, how is music important? You have to write that. See, when Aragon was choosing the casket, when Morocco, Prince of Morocco was choosing the casket, there was no music played, right? No music was played at that time. Now, you tend to ask yourself this question that why is it so that at that time no music was played, but now when Bassanio is choosing, music is being played? Because music plays a role over here. What is that role? That through music, Portia is trying to give some hint. Perhaps, always use the word probably. This was a hint that was given to Bassanio while he was choosing the correct casket. You see, Portia was always afraid. No, when you love somebody, you tend to be very afraid of losing that person, and it was so much of a risk. She always thought that in case Bassanio chose the incorrect casket, it would be a complete loss of love, right? So what she did was she played some music. Now music portion, that means line 45 in my book, I have this Xavier Pinto, this one. So if you have this book over here, you will find line 45. Let music sound while he doth make his choice, this part. Then if he lose, he makes a swan like end. This part is important. Swan like end I have already explained, but once again, because this is important, I will tell you. Always remember, in the Elizabethan period, that means 16th century, when this thing was written, this drama, at that time they had certain beliefs. What was that belief? That swan. So it is said that swans sing for only once and just before they die. So that swan-like music will be played if, of course, Bassanio chooses the incorrect casket, right? Because that will be a hint to him that you are choosing the wrong one. Okay, and so you have to write, if you are asked what did he mean by swan-like end, so you are going to write that it refers to some music. In the Elizabethan context, it was said that the swans sing only once. And what is a synagogue, and how can we conclude from Shylock's journey towards synagogue? Okay, what is a synagogue? Synagogue is a worship place. Okay, here you can get only one question which will ask you what is a synagogue. You can say that this is a place of worship for the Jews, and here Shylock was of course Shylock has asked Tubal also to go there, okay, so that they could meet over there and replan or pre-plan, you can say, whatever they are going to do with Antonio. They had certain plans to carry out. So they have, see, already Shylock went to the worship place to promise to himself that once I get this opportunity to cut a pound of flesh from Antonio's body, I will do that. So he worshipped over there, he promised himself this thing, and he asks one of his fellow Jewish friends to come over there to meet him so that he could replan or pre-plan whatever he is going to do with Antonio. Once he comes to know that Antonio has suffered some loss about the shipwreck, he starts planning that what he needs to do henceforth. Okay, so he decides to meet them. Doubt here? Somebody wrote this about the synagogue. This is the doubt here. Okay, write it. Till that time, swan-like end, I think this is clear that swan sings only once in the near the end of his life, and of course the swan will die in the watery deathbed. Now it means that Portia will weep. Okay, of course, when Bassanio is choosing the incorrect casket. Thank you, Deepthi. Avni, doubt clear? Okay, so he is going to choose the Okay, Aishna, right? Did I pronounce correctly? Aishna? So, yes, so the thing is that he is going to play that music so that so that Bassanio gets a hint and chooses the right casket. No, ma'am? Okay, all right. Sometime later, maybe if we can send some voice recording also, we could know your correct pronunciation. So, swan like end and fading in music that the comparison may stand more proper. So, it will seem, thank you for explaining Merchant of Venice. Okay, welcome, most welcome. If you meet any doubts, I will try to, do you think this live video would be helpful? Then I will come with more of these so that whatever doubts you have, one or two, it can be clarified. If you have certain questions from your workbook also, generally I follow the Xavier Pinto. Nowadays different pattern of questions are also coming. So if you come across any of them, you can discuss that also. Okay, so other two music is also important. One is that flourish when, thank you. Achha, old videos help. See, what I will suggest is all the old videos, explanation of videos are same. Okay, when I am explaining the videos, it will of course be same, even if it is 2025, even if that time has Merchant of Venice, explanation will be same. What I will do is henceforth, because I have already uploaded the full Merchant of Venice important questions also, few important questions also, recent question papers that I come across, I will upload those also, because I believe that will help, because recently the pattern has changed a bit. The question pattern, see, explanation is same whatever you are learning from there. Suggest that which should I prefer, blue book or green book, Xavier Pinto, meaning the main textbook. See, this one is a textbook. Even if you certain times I will use the Google, if you search Google you can find the text also over there. So you can follow that also. For the text you can follow any book. Okay, I will suggest don't follow a guidebook. Sometimes certain incorrect meanings are provided, then you tend to be confused and make a mistake. So what you can do is you follow the videos that I have posted, you ask me the doubts. Okay, you know that in the comment box sometimes I am unable to solve it. We do the same book. Okay, this book. See, in this book you don't find certain lines, as I have seen. Certain lines are omitted. See, certain lines like which is, I will tell you one story. During Shakespeare's times, what happened? We have these item songs and all, no, in our movies. See, why do we suddenly see an item song out of nowhere? Okay, out of the blue moon you see one item song. That is not required. We see it because there is a different type of audience. No, maybe some are very intellectual kind, some are coming from the lower strata, some like all these item songs and all. So it is added. So certain portions which are of lewd associations, or maybe which are not that good enough, maybe they are talking about prostitution and all that, those are omitted. In this book you already you see the the perfect version. That means all those areas are removed. So you may not, like at a time when in Act 3 Scene 5 you see Lancelot is talking to Lorenzo. Lorenzo makes some very bad comments on his mother and all. So those portions are deleted from this book. There is another book, I don't have that book, but one of my students have it. So I know that is a complete text. But ultimately your teacher will anyway in school reduce that portion, it will be striked out. Okay, so you may not use it. Okay, this may be fine for you. All right. So next part one is this some cornet sound. This music portion is important. I am just giving you the questions which are important. Let me know if you know the answers. Now this young Hercules part, when he is fighting, okay, and when he is fighting, that is compared to Bassanio. This part is very important. The Dardanian wives, the women of women of Troy, who are compared to the people who are the audience over there. Who is the audience? That means are Nerissa and these people who are just watching, okay, and can't help Portia from being married off to some other person except Bassanio. It is only Bassanio who can help her, and same as Hercules. So this part is also important. Just remember, in you just compare who is what over here. Hercules over here in the story is compared to Bassanio. Okay, then Portia is compared to that. For your support, okay, waiting for you. Okay, thank you so much. I am very glad that it helped you. See, I don't know you personally, but the main intention that I have is I started my channel during the COVID, okay, maybe just a few months before the COVID. So I thought that when I'm teaching in a school and I have still some time, then I had some time still because I did not take much of classes, only school and this channel. So at that time I thought it would help because we don't, sometimes what happens, there is a financial problem, or maybe it is just COVID and we tend to not go to tuition classes. So I thought maybe this channel will help. So I see that for Merchant of Venice it has helped you and it makes me very glad. So henceforth, whenever you have a problem, whatever you need, you can discuss in the live video, because whatever doubts you have in the comment section when you write, it becomes a little hectic. So many comments come at a time, and then again if there are not many comments, even then there are students, my school and everything, so it becomes a little difficult. And so I will come over here, it will clarify the doubts whichever you have. Okay. So the beauteous scarf veiling an Indian beauty, this part is important. Then how he feels after winning the casket, after winning the after winning Portia's hand, that part is important. Like a confused competitor who has suddenly won some won some prize, and he can't imagine that, have I really won it? Is it true? So this kind of confused feeling he has, that also you can be asked. Now scroll is important for all, as you saw in class 9. Aragon, can you please make a video on daffodils by daffodils by daffodils, is it daffodils is by William Wordsworth, no? Daffodils is by William Wordsworth, it seems. Check once who is the author of it. Alright, just check once. Daffodils is already there. Daffodils by William Wordsworth, that is already there. If it is any other poem, I have to check. We have the other book. No issues, no issues. If you have the textbook, it is no issues at all. Okay, that is just the textbook. No, there also you will have the same lines. I sometimes even follow Google में ऐसे रहता है ना, मतलब if you search Google that the Merchant of Venice full text, there also you will get the full text. You can follow that also. These books, that book and this one, they have certain meanings written beside. So these are important. You see these meanings that are written here, no? You can be asked questions from here. Alright. I think you just confused. I know there is some poem by Henry, not daffodils. Yes, what is it? I also forgot. Some poem is there by Henry, but what is the name? Yes, Heart of the Tree. Heart of the Tree, I don't know, Gaming Impact it's showing, I don't know your name, but just check once. I believe Heart of the Tree is there. If it is not there, I will also search. I believe it is there. Almost all the poems and prose and Merchant of Venice videos are there. Check. If it is not there, I am kind of 90% sure that it's there. If it is not there, I'll come up with it. Maybe as soon as my laptop is fixed. My laptop is not working fine. So tomorrow some person will come. So if he fixes it, we can come up with those videos. If Heart of the Tree is not there, then Monday you will get it. Okay, so Fair Portia's counterfeit, then here we come to the scroll also, which is important for class 9s, the scrolls that Prince of Morocco and Aragon get, that is important. Here for Bassanio, your scroll is important, whatever scroll that Bassanio got. Then you see how Portia feels about herself, very important part, that she is very modest, she is not very proud of herself. She says that I believe I am an unschooled, unpracticed, unlessoned girl. That means I don't think that I should be very proud of myself. I know nothing. But I am only satisfied that I am, these are the three things. I am not bred so dull. That means if I have a dull head, even if I am young, it will not help me. Because if I am dull, nothing will go into my head, no. So one positive thing is that I am young, I can still learn, I have time. Second, I am not bred dull. That means I am not stupid that I will not understand anything even if I am taught. And third is that I am very happy that at least now I can devote myself to Bassanio, and Bassanio, my lord, is going to school me or teach me whatever is required. Okay, so that is important. Next, remember, give the meanings part is very, very important. Give the meanings portion. Okay. Then so Bassanio this part, then any give the meanings part, always try to write in complete sentences, give the full meaning. If there is any kind of allusion or reference to particular story, try to give that also. First see how much marks are there, how many marks are there, if it is 2, 3, according to that you write. Okay, if it is 1 mark, don't just go into detail and waste time. Alright. So next, if you move to the next part, we see that Graciano and Jessica, Graciano and Jessica, these two people will talk, and they have also, planned their wedding if Portia chooses the right casket. So that is also a part, but not that important as the others are. Then you have Antonio come, the letter of Antonio comes. Remember who brought the letter? Okay, Salerio brought the letter. So that part is important. And what was written in that letter, how Bassanio reacted to it. Okay, these are important. They not one my lord, besides it should appear that if it had the present. So we understand from Salerio's comments, some heightening of suspense and thrill, that here is a position where we come to know from Jessica as well as from Salerio that whatever Bassanio does or whatever Antonio does, nobody is going to show any mercy to our poor Antonio. Okay, Shylock is not going to show any mercy, and therefore we are in a tensed state that what will happen in Act 4, Scene 1, when Antonio and Shylock both are in the court, and वहाँ पे judgment हो रहा है, and that the pound of flesh is being cut from his body. We tend to question, is it possible that in the legal system, that means in the court itself, somebody's pound of flesh is being cut? We doubt that, is it really going to happen? Kind of illegal thing, right? Illegally you cut pound of flesh, like illegally you can strike somebody with a knife. That is illegal. But here Shylock has a bond where Antonio has signed, correct, that I am going to give you a pound of flesh if I forfeit, if I don't pay the money in the correct time. So now this has become legal also. Now the question is Shylock going to actually do it, and is the Duke going to allow it? Will we use the Xavier Pinto Merchant of Venice book in class 10 also? Because yes, of course. See, in class 9 you have Act 1, Act 2. In class 10 you will have this Act 3, Act 4, Act 5. In this book, Xavier Pinto, this book, you have the full thing. Shylock keeps repeating, let him look to his bond. This vanished. Just a moment. Yes, Shylock keeps repeating, let him look to his bond. What is the significance of this line? Okay. Yes, hello. Yes, Deepika, no? Varalakshmi, Deepika, right? Did I remember the name correctly? Okay, look to his bond, this part. See, look to his bond means he should be very careful. He should be careful in paying the money back on time, because if he forfeits, then it will of course, he will of course utilize that opportunity. How will he utilize it? By cutting a pound of flesh from Antonio's body. See, Shylock's condition is such that even if Shylock keeps repeating, yes, yes. So significance of the line, is it clear, Asta? So I hope it is clear that Shylock repeatedly, warns Antonio that be very careful, or he asks the others to warn Antonio on his behalf. Be very careful about paying my money back to me, otherwise a time will come when you will forfeit, and then I will cut a pound of flesh from your body. Okay. So there is a suspense and thrill. See, if you are asked some indirect questions, you can even be asked about this. That how do you think Act 3 serves a way to Act 4, building suspense and thrill? See, you already know that Shylock is not going to, what are the points that you will write? Shylock has already said that in no way I am going to allow or show any mercy to Antonio. So, of course, Shylock will not, show mercy. Antonio has requested for it and did not get. In Act 3, Scene 3, I think. He has already requested, but he is not allowed. The Duke cannot deny. That also we come to know in Act 3, right? The Duke cannot deny, because if he denies, then the foreigners who come to, how can we prepare for MOV for scoring? Yes, that's what I am saying. See, the points that I am discussing, no, try to write your answers in the same way. Like when I am telling you build up of suspense and thrill, how can we write it? We can write it like this, that we always we see that in Act 3 only we come to know that Shylock will not show any mercy to Antonio. Okay, he has already said that in Act 3, Scene 3. Then we also come to know that the Duke cannot deny the course of law, because if he denies, this is a very important question, if he denies, then okay, I'll tell you, let's finish this. Then if he denies, then he will then people will lose faith in the legal system of Venice. They come here for business. If they find that a bond is already there, and even then the Duke denied this to Shylock, they will lose faith in the legal system. That also the Duke cannot stop Shylock. Third, everything is ready, so Antonio has forfeited. Antonio could not pay the money on time, and everything is against Antonio. Now the question is, the build of suspense and thrill is here, that we doubt, is this really going to happen in Act 4? Will we see that Shylock is cutting a pound of flesh from Antonio's body? Is it going to happen in front of the Duke, in front of everybody of Venice? Okay, that becomes important. Now the next question that I see over here, how do we revise, through notes or question answers? See, first, don't use notes. I will say, do not use notes. From my last 7 to 8 years experience, I have been teaching in school to students. I can just guarantee you that do not use any notes. See, while you are reading from my videos, write the meanings, whichever is difficult. For example, maybe you are reading Act 3, Scene 2. You have this line, the paper as the body of my friend. Read this line. If you cannot understand, see, all lines I could not understand, this is not going to happen. Certain lines are easy, you will understand. Whichever word, whichever line you cannot understand, with a pencil, just like your notes, your own notes, write it in shorthand. Small letters, you write it. Okay. Next time when you are reading, you no more have to come to that video and check. Okay, you have everything ready. Okay, you have certain meanings given here also, you can utilize that. Rest of it which you don't understand, few only will be there, you write it beside. Okay. Once you have written it, everything is ready, you start preparing the questions. Wherever you find any question paper, you have the workbook, you have some other school's question paper, what I give you, these questions you start preparing. Once you are ready with it, ready with the format of your answers, you are prepared for the exam. Okay, I guess something else has come. What is the maximum limit of writing answer in the exam? Right, maximum limit of writing. That depends on the question, right? That depends on the question. If your question is 2 marks, if they are short points, for example, describe the man, and 2 marks is given. That means short points, if they are like tall, sturdy, black hair, brown eyes, 4 short points, that means you have to write 4 short points for 2 marks. If you have that, half a mark each. Now if you have long points, okay, you have to write in detail, and you have 2 marks. That means 2 points will serve for 2 marks. Do not have to write a lot for it. See the marks and then start your answer. See, why did Bassanio not choose the gold casket? This question, you can write a 10 mark answer also for this. But you don't have to write so much. Just write the reason that he was not a fool to, to be fooled by the outward look of something, first line. Then you write, give 2 examples that he cited. One from some beautiful girl passing by, you may not, the appearance can be false at times. Okay, any 2 examples that he cites, if it is a 3 mark question. If it is a 2 mark question, the first line, the one that I have told you, and 1 example that he cites from law, from religion, whichever you want. So many examples he has given, to substantiate his point, that one you write. Okay. So Act 3, Scene 3, a little bit discussion I have done, and I believe whoever has written your questions, I have been able to answer them, and I think your doubts are sorted. It is late night, so maybe many of you are not here. Next class I will try to come a little early, because I was teaching, I couldn't come early. I will try for you. So for today we will end it here. Next class again, for a live video, we will all be together. Tomorrow is your exam. Shivani, okay, best of luck Shivani. Is a Morning Star workbook good? Morning Star, any workbook is good where you get a source of questions. Okay, where you get a source of questions, it is important. So you can solve from there. Then if there is a repetition of questions or something, you can also see the more options. If you have already bought the Morning Star, use that, If I can give you questions, some extra questions from other schools, I will give you that. It will help you. Good night, Deepika, good night, Impact. I will call you Impact, Gaming Impact. And yes, tips, you just look into this video, the live video, just play it back again. You will get tips over here, how to write answer. That is the most important tip over here. Just keep your head cool, read the question, check the marks, and then you write. Okay. Best of luck, those who have exam tomorrow. And next session, next session, live session, I will try to come live more frequently nowadays. Just my laptop isn't working, so I could not bring you video, the 6 p.m. video I could not bring it today. So I thought I would come live and sort your doubts instead. I will come soon, maybe next week also, at least once a week, maybe Thursdays we can do this live video from a little late night we'll do it, okay, around 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Okay, by that time I'll be free. So Thursdays, let us fix it, Thursdays we will post live videos around 8:30 p.m. Okay, that's all. Good night everyone, may you sleep very, very well. Those who have exams tomorrow, best of luck. Thank you so much.